And this one looks like a really interesting abstract strategy game where the main board is actually made out of a plastic insert with randomly assigned rings. On each edge of the board, there's going to be different objective cards with different sets of rings that you're going to be trying to complete and then move over to that card in order to fulfill that card and take those rings into your possession. The way this works is that each player is going to be controlling a dragon out on the board, and on your turn you can move it in any orthogonal direction as many spaces as you'd like. Wherever you stop, you can then collect 2 rings from any 2 adjacent spaces, and like I said, you're going to be trying to collect the appropriate rings in order to fulfill the various sets that are out on these different objective cards. Players take turns continuing like this until a player has enough rings to create a set to complete one of those cards, and in order to complete it, they need to move their dragon all the way to that side of the board and then use their action to complete that card. The reason you want to do this is because any rings you use to fulfill that card, you can then put on your own personal player board. Every time you add rings to your board, you're going to be scoring based on the biggest group of each color, so you're going to be trying to put these rings in strategic locations to create as many big groups as possible. The game continues like this until you reach the end of the game, and what's really interesting at this point is that you're going to be going through a final scoring, and the scoring is still based on your personal player board, but it works a little bit differently because instead you're going to be scoring for each of the colors against the outside edge of the board. This is going to create a few different goals that players are trying to go for throughout the game, and the game does allow you to optionally play with asymmetrical special abilities for each dragon if you do want to change it up a bit and add a little bit of variety. If this one sounds interesting to you, you can go ahead and check it out, and I will have it linked down below.